What is good, everybody? Your friendly neighborhood gamer Zago coming with you again. Gonna do something a little bit out of the norm here, doing this recording for the YouTube channel. Gonna go over some of my grievances for the recently announced developer update that Red Links put out for South Park Phone Destroyer. So I don't know, man. I know a lot of people are pretty upset on the Reddits about the developer update. A lot of people are screaming Mystic is dead, which it was already on live support. But let's jump into it, take a look, and see what we can figure out from everything. Quick shameless plug: feel free to like us on Facebook under the name Zago.cometh. We are on Twitter under the name Mr_Gamehead. Instagram is at Zalgo_cometh, and the YouTube channel is where you'd probably be watching this on already, RION577. We also have a blog that we usually do video game reviews on, even though we haven't updated this in a while, but feel free to check that out at zalgocometh.blogspot.com. You see all the stuff, all the info on the screen. So with that being said, let's jump into this patch notes so that this video doesn't take forever. Boom. What is up? Alright, so based on what we have on the screen here, you can see I have the game going in the background and we have the developer notes front and center. So developer update, a legendary balance change, and some other cool stuff. Usual introductory stuff. Steve from Red Links covering a ton of stuff. Grab your reading glasses. We have our reading glasses. So this week they didn't really do much. It was the second half of the Valentine's Day event. It was a locker based event, which a lot of people aren't usually happy about, but didn't really see a lot of people complaining, primarily I guess because there's only 2 new outfits included in the event reward, so people I guess were okay with that since there were new outfits and not old ones. So that was that. Here's where things start getting interesting. Next week, if you tune in for the last few dev streams, you'll notice we gave away some pretty cool prizes. We'll be continuing tradition. Still haven't hit that 500 concurrent viewers on Twitch, but the idea is if they get up to 500 viewers on a stream, then they raffle off a Mecha Timmy to the stream chat, I guess. Not sure if they only raffle it off to the Facebook stream chat or the Twitch stream chat, but so far they haven't hit it yet, so we'll see in time. Mecha Timmy there, basically the most OP legendary in the game. Alright, next week balance changes. Here's the meat of the matter. Alright, so this is where stuff get even more interesting. On Tuesday of next week, we'll be releasing a pretty big balance update. Like a huge one, honestly so big there'll be an insane task to even list the specifics of every rare and epic legendary change. So they're basically not giving us a full patch breakdown of the cards that they're changing it, but they gave us enough to get the community up in a hustle and a bustle. So all of our rares, epics, and legendary units except Underpants Gnomes, which for whatever reason I guess Red Links really either hates Underpants Gnomes or thinks that Underpants Gnomes is currently okay. So all cards that are rare, epic, and legendary will remain except Underpants Gnomes, will remain the same at level 1, upgrade 0. However, in order to keep them viable and exciting, they will now receive added boosts when being upgraded. So every upgrade that you pump into a legendary card, a rare card, or epic card will have improved scaling. We don't know how much improved scaling currently because like I said, this isn't a full patch breakdown, but it's enough to whet our appetites for the time being. So this boosted upgrade scalability will continue until their max upgrade points, and they go further to remind us that Underpants Gnomes have not been adjusted. So there are some standalone changes that have been made to specific cards outside the level scalability that we were talking about before. Okay, I think my app just disconnected on my phone, so I guess that's a thing that I gotta deal with, but continuing along with what we're saying. So basically, going forward, it's basically gonna be a thing where we have improved scalability on cards. That's officially a thing. So moving on. So the first card that they're making a really big change to is gonna be Standoff Many Moons, right? Just fix this in the background again. Alright, back to where we were. So, Standoff Many Moons is a card in the community that a lot of people have been upset about for a long time, saying that the card is basically shit, which they weren't lying. The charge power on the card was really shit. So, Red Links decided in their infinite wisdom to make it super duper OP. So, as is currently now, they changed its charge ability, which only did 60 base damage at level 1 and 300 maximum damage. Now, however, the base damage of its charge ability will be a whopping 200, and this will scale across its upgrade tree to max out at 600. So, as a new player, if you get a Standoff Many Moons starting off early, you basically can do 200 damage to the entire board, which earlier players don't have that many upgrades in their stuff. So, that's a really strong upgrade. Let me go a little bit further to introduce you guys to this handy dandy Excel file that's been on the Reddits for a while. So we're gonna go under the adventure section and look up Standoff Many Moons. Here we go. So, forecasted mid-legendary minion, fighter with weak board damage ability, suffers from all the problems with the legendary line. Terrible damage from his ability, relatively weak stats, and costs more than his peers. And it's been statted and rated as a weak card. So, people that have been playing the game for a while just definitely know that the card was shit and it needed a buff. Time will tell if this buff that the devs have given it is a bit too much, but for the most part, everybody's happy to see that this card got buffed because it really needed. Alright, Regeneration, one of the cards that I'm kind of pissed off about. This card wasn't scaling the way we wanted. It appears to have had an upgrading error. We've now corrected the upgrading error in addition to the new rarity scaling. I'm not sure what, like I said, they don't go into specifics about scalability wise what the difference will be, but we'll see. So the base regeneration will now be 12 HP per second. So at level 1 it starts at 12 HP, and it will continue to scale up across upgrade levels, but the scaling amount will decrease towards a higher end. So early in your South Park Thunderstorm and New Kid career, regen will probably be really good, but I guess they're saying that if you upgrade it to its max potential, you get diminishing returns over time, which doesn't make much sense to me. If you're investing in something to get it to max, you should have continued return, but it is what it is. Kind of upset about this one because I'm a Mystic player, two because they had already previously nerfed this card, so I don't get why they feel like they need to continue beating a dead horse. Like, the devs really have it out for Mystic because they keep nerfing stuff in Mystic, and I just don't see why they hate the class so much. It's like Mystic feels like Rodney King and Red Links feels like the LA police, and they're just beating the holy hell out of Mystic for no reason. But I don't know, Red Links, it's their game. So moving on. Mind Control. The duration of Mind Control will now scale up more strongly. The base duration will remain 7 seconds, but it will now gain 0.5 seconds of duration per upgrade rather than the 0.25 seconds it previously received. The maximum duration will now be 10 seconds of Mind Control Insanity. I'm okay with this buff because Mind Control decks are cool, and they finally fixed the Mind Control bug that was in the game for so long, so I'm okay with this being buff. I don't have a problem, especially at 4 mana. It was kind of lackluster, so it's good to see it have more of a staying power, so to speak. Alright, the two things that has the community up in arms: Purify and Power Bind nerf. The current meta has made Purify and Power Bind absolutely punishing. Bullshit. They were able to effectively cripple many strategies and shut down far too many cards outright. Once again, bullshit. I mean, the low cost alone let people cycle them almost without consequence. I don't know if throwing away a card that you might need a second later is without consequence, but I'm gonna call bullshit on that too. That alone meant we needed to make some changes. Right. Now, both these cards will be brought into line with the relative power of their peers. What peers? They're the only cards that do that shit. Purify, the bane of poisoners and spellcasters everywhere, now has a static range of 1 meter. So, once again, they already nerfed this card, but let's once again check our handy dandy spreadsheet. And then we're gonna go look up Purify. Bada bing, bada boom. Purify. Purify spell in target area. Small AoE but can purify multiple clustered units. However, some effects that can't be purified as of now, such as Princess Kenny's Death Wish. Note briefly, remember you can purify buffs on enemies. This card was rated as strong. It was a really good card for the Mystic class. It cost 1 mana. It got rid of status effects and whatnot that were detrimental to your character. Yes, fine. I agree that potentially the first nerf that Purify got, it was okay. Purify used to hit the entire field. That might have been a bit too overpowered. Now they made it more skill based, where the first nerf, let me see if I can find this. They should have it listed over here somewhere. Alright, here they say Mystic has received nerfs to Zen Cartman, Regeneration, and Purify. That was like the first set of nerfs that came out. So they essentially nerfed Purify to where it is here on the screen now. For 1 mana, they reduced its range. So instead of hitting the entire field now, it hits like a really small circle. And then you get like 0.07 every time you upgrade it, which I think is bullshit. They could have still given us a little bit more on an upgrade, because it feels really shitty to upgrade a card and only get 0.07 on the increase on radius. So I'm calling bullshit on that. But now, the slated nerfs that they have for Purify is to give it a range, a static range. So this never changes. You can only use it in a static range of 1 meter. It also now has an upgradable target amount. At level 1, it will purify 1 unit. So 1 unit in a 1 meter radius will get purified. At level 2, it purifies 2 units and so on. So my Purify is currently at level 4. So in a 1 meter range, which I'm telling you right now, 1 meter really isn't that big. I can purify, if I cluster together 4 minions, I can purify those 4 minions in a 1 meter range. We all know how much of a pain in the ass Fireball is. No one clusters their minions together. Everyone spaces that shit out. But somehow, if that wasn't bad enough, they decided, hey, let's also increase the cost of Purify to 2 energy now. So now, a lot of people are potentially saying, oh, well, increasing the energy cost by 1 isn't that big a deal, yada, yada, yada. But the thing that people are failing to realize is, Mystic players as a whole, because they didn't really have the ability to use low-cost minions like, why is it so loud? Alright, so like I was saying, I'm gonna probably get copyright struck on this video, but whatever. Alright, so like I was saying, the thing that people fail to realize about the spell cards Purify and Powerbind costing 1 mana, they significantly helped out the Mystic class with keeping our deck cost down, our average deck cost down, alright? So, as is, Mystic didn't really have a way to compete with things like the Adventure class and the Fantasy class that have low statted assassins. So those two themes had like an average energy cost for the decks of like anywhere between, I'd say, 2.6 to 2.8. Everyone knows this game is highly based around having a low overall energy cost for your deck, because everyone likes to play out stuff and swarm the board and overrun their opponent, right? That's more or less the established norm as far as the game has gone over time. So Mystic always had the problem where their overall deck cost used to be, I guess, 2.9 to 3.1 somewhat, or 2.8 to 3. Yeah, 2.8 to 3, I guess, would usually be the average deck cost for a Mystic deck. And the Fantasy and the Adventure decks usually are like 2.6 to 2.8. So when you drop a Purify or a Powerbind in a deck, it tremendously cuts down your overall average energy cost, which helps you out a lot. So as you can see here, I just like randomly threw together a deck using Mystic cards. And because the power bind and the purifier in there started at 1 energy, it actually is at a decent enough average energy cost that I can be somewhat competitive against assassin swarm decks, right? My average energy cost is 2.9 right now. Now, say for instance, if we take into consideration the nerf to purify and power bind, and they're getting upped by 1 energy cost, now my average energy cost is gonna go up by 0.2, I would imagine. So now my average energy cost is going to be 3.1. So that also is another downside to this nerf that they're doing that I feel like people aren't really taking into consideration. But yeah, I've rambled on enough. You get the general idea. I'm not happy. Moving on. Power bind. Similarly, power bind also now has a static range of 1 meter and an upgradable target amount beginning at 1. The cost has also been increased to 2. So they also gave this a static range of 1, so it can't get any wider than 1 meter. And same idea, you have to cluster your stuff together to get any value out of it. And on top of that, it costs 2 energy now. I have no idea what Red Lynx is thinking. This also is another card that was nerfed before. If memory serves, the range had been reduced before. Power bind, unit silence, ability charge, pause spell, 40-second duration can be extremely useful in shutting down important targets like Mecha Timmy and Stan. Important to bind multiple targets which each use to maximize efficiency. And this was just a good card. This wasn't like a strong card like Purify. It was just an okay card to use. But now we're essentially Regedirect. And I'm not pleased. They keep nerfing the Mystic class and I don't know why. They nerfed Zen Cartman to reduce his AoE range on his taunt attraction stuff. They nerfed Regen, they nerfed Purify, they nerfed Power Bind, and I'm like, when is enough enough? Like, what the actual fuck? But once again, the devs say that they have run tests and simulations and whatnot, and they say they feel like that's potentially where the game needs to be. So, what the hell do the players know, right? Anyways, moving along. With all these changes to balance, I'm sure there'll be mixed reaction to these changes. No mixed reactions. Majority usually rules and a lot of people are unhappy. However, I urge you guys to try them out and see for yourself before you jump to conclusions. After playtesting these changes, we're pretty sure we have a much better balance now that these changes were for the better. And then they go on to say, check out the next weekly live stream. They'll be announcing they'll be announcing more stuff. They already announced that legend rank resets and season ending will be March 8th, so people are probably gonna start grinding. They haven't really announced what the rewards will be this time around, but I would imagine they're gonna be far less than the last legend reset, considering that enough time hasn't really passed to justify having a lot of rewards. But with that being said, yeah, leave comments, let me know what you guys think about the nerfs, the buffs, etc, etc. I know everybody, this whole announcement so far, granted it's not the full patch announcement, I know is going to push a lot of people to start investing in adventure fantasy. Fireball is hella good already, and now Standoff Many Moons is getting buffed, so that's like another pseudo fireball that you can have in your deck. So yeah, I mean guys, prepare your buttholes for the upcoming fireball meta. Another nerf to Purify also means that that's a buff to sci-fi, so prepare your butthole for more poison meta. And I guess that's all I really have to say at this point. I know a lot of people hate on Mystic and hate on Zen Cartman and all that stuff, but I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, everybody's gonna play what they want to play, but from the competitive aspect of things, it really sucks that they're crippling the Mystic class like this. People are still saying that we should try to look positively to the future, that the fact that the epic assassins in the Mystic class are getting buffed, which I personally did not level any, because starting out the game doing my research, everybody pretty much came to the consensus that trying to level up certain epic cards is a waste, because you should focus on getting your commons, because epics are harder to come by, yada yada yada. They use up more mats, yada yada yada. Back again to the handy dandy spreadsheet I was mentioning before. Choirboy Butters, 2 cost, assassin, mystic, assassin with energy refund, death wish, weak assassin with currently useless death wish due to the low amount of energy gain. Card has been statted as weak. Why would anybody have really been putting a lot of resources into this card? I do not know. Let's go further. Other assassin card in Mystic. 3 costed Hermes Kennedy. Assassin with energy gain, death wish. Decent stats but not representative for his energy cost. Worse than Princess Kenny. Currently bad energy regeneration from death wish. Card has been static as weak. As you can see, I have this shit at level 1. Why would I have been investing anything into this card? I do not know what the devs are thinking. I could go on and on, but you guys get the general idea at this point. I'm not happy, but let me know in the comments what you guys think, what you guys feel like the upcoming meta changes might be, and feel free to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you get notified when I do more videos. I know this rambling went on for a while, but yeah, I'm a Mystic main. I'm Team Mystic in Pokemon Go. I'm a Priest main in Hearthstone. This is my calling. I just really like this type of playstyle that deals with sustain and life. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna end it here, guys. So it's your friendly neighborhood gamer signing off, telling you as always, until next time, keep on gaming. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like all our videos. Do go check us out on Facebook. You can search us under the name Zalgo Cometh. Follow us on Twitter at Mr_Gamehead. And as always, keep on gaming. Visit our game review blog at www.zalgocometh.blogspot.com. See you guys later.